So we know how difficult it is to find the right accessory for your scooters, and this is why on our website we have a curated list of the best accessories we found over the years. All that being said, you probably just like me love to go on Amazon and go through the e-scooters accessories and try to find something unique. So today we're gonna go through Amazon and try to select 10 accessories that are under $50 USD so you don't have to. So I think the obvious first one would be a phone holder. As you might know, now on our scooters we have the quad lock, you put the stickers in the case and it's all integrated and beautiful. But on our older model like the Apollo Air or the City, we don't have that. So you need a phone holder. So we're gonna try to find something that can fit a lot of handlebar with a big bracket like this, with a rubber insert or not, really to allow us to fit on our handlebar, and something that can fit most phone. It seems like this one is pretty big and you can fit with a case, I would imagine, and up to 6.8 inches, so it's gonna fit my iPhone Pro. That's perfect. So we're gonna go ahead and order this one and test if it's really durable. All right, the second obvious one is a good lock for your scooter. So this one, I saw it often on Amazon and you can see the rating are pretty good. 4.2 stars, over 1,300 reviews. I think it's funny, the shape of the handcuff, but you know what? It kind of makes sense to lock on the scooter and a pole. No, it could be cool, but it looks cheap, it looks small. And I don't know how resistant it is to cut. So we're gonna go ahead and just order the first one here. And we're gonna see how resistant it is. Okay, so this one is pretty funny because we had it on our website before and we sold like 5 ever. Those are made to hold bottles or beer, whatever you prefer. And it seems like this one is waterproof and some kind of texture to keep your drink cool, I would imagine. What I like is that it's around the bracket so you can fit it on multiple stem shapes. So I think it should fit on our scooters. But yeah, I guess this one is cool. Often when I go for a ride, I am thirsty, so that would actually make sense. And it comes in a pack of 2. We're also gonna go ahead and order this one. So this one is pretty interesting now that we have a disc brake on our scooters, and you see this a lot on motorcycle and moped, which is actually what we see here. What this product is made for is to lock the brake applied on the scooter, so you cannot roll it. You would need to lift it and go with it. So maybe this coupled with the handcuff lock that we saw would be good. I think it's a little bit overkill, to be honest. You might as well just buy an Apple Find My, put it in your scooter and use a regular lock. But this brake handle of motorcycle, I don't know if it's gonna fit on a scooter. So let's just try it and see if it can also work well if you have drum brakes instead of disc brake, which we know the gripping power is not as much usually. For $15 too, it's pretty reasonable. And now, right now in Quebec and Montreal, it's freezing cold. There's a lot of snow and I'm often freezing under my helmet. So I think something like this, like a winter skull cap helmet would make sense. And for only $17, it looks like a pretty good deal to me. I think the big question here is the helmet gonna fit on my head with this under? I would imagine so. It's pretty thin and I have a pretty big head. So we'll see, and we'll see if it's actually warm enough outside. The next one is something we see usually on memes online, but clearly they also sell on Amazon, and it's a little handlebar for either, I guess, your kid to be in front of you and hold the handlebar while you hold the big one, or maybe if you're a short person and you need a lower handlebar. But the idea, is to have more than one person on a scooter, which we don't suggest, but we're gonna try it. It looks fun, and if there's one scooter that can do it, it's an Apollo scooter. And again, the bracket here, it looks like it could fit on the shape of our scooter, so let's try it out. And for $17, it's worth it. And we have this one now that is just on the $50 mark USD. And it's a basket that you put in front of the scooter with a bag, it seems, that's gonna go inside. And I like this because I always bring my lunch to work, and having somewhere to put it instead of my bag would be nice. I don't know how it's gonna work because it's on the steering, so it's gonna turn with the steering. Is it gonna affect the stability? Is it comfortable riding with this? Is it gonna rattle everywhere? Is it gonna slide down the stem? I don't know. So we're gonna go ahead and order it as well. And lastly, I would like to try a horn on a scooter. So all our scooters come with bell, and now that we're launching the Phantom 2.0 Stellar, because we have hydraulic brake, there's no bell on the brake handle, so we need to find a good horn to put on it. And we're gonna try to find horns that are a bit more original than what we usually have, the round one. So I see this one has some light built in. That could be pretty cool. I wonder if it's bright. The main thing here is that you want a little remote to be able to press properly on it and have different sound as well, because some of them are very aggressive sometimes. So let's order 2 or 3 and check, and I'm gonna go ahead and order some bells as well to try to find a good one. So I've spent around $200 on all those accessories. Now we just need to wait to receive them and test them out. All right, so we just received all the accessories, so now we're gonna open them up and see what it looks like. All right, so first off, it looks like the scooter bag. It's heavier than I thought, so I guess it's all made of steel. Good protection on the packaging as well. That's nice to see. Okay, so here it looks like we have the cage with something fixed to it. A strap. Ah, this is for the bag to carry it. That's nice. And the bag itself. Okay, so I guess decent-ish quality. It's not like something that's gonna keep the temperature inside, but you know, it's a little bag. And for the middle part, a nice bracket to fit on the stem, because that's gonna go like this, and even some pads to prevent the paint from scratching, but I don't think this is gonna prevent it from slipping on the stem. Quality, I would give it a 5 out of 10, and let's wait to see when we mount it to see if it's actually worth it. So we're gonna use Apollo Go to try to mount all those accessories, because the shape of the stem and the handlebar is kind of weird. So if it fit on the Apollo Go, it should fit on all our scooters. I'm gonna mount the pads inside to really protect the paint when I install this on the stem. Take one screw and try to fit it. Again, this stem is quite thick, so I'm not sure it's gonna fit. Like this. Oh, it looks like it's barely gonna fit, but it's gonna work. Put it like this, so it looks like it will fit. That's lovely. On the stem, this looks pretty solid. Looks like I need to open it. Oh, wow, okay, it's spring-loaded. Damn. Okay, that's nice. And I guess I just need to go and clip it like this. Okay. And this is just gonna hold like this. And then I would just put my little bag inside of here. Okay, that's decent. And what I was explaining before, it's only when you drive now, it's gonna be turning with you. So a little bit strange, but overall, pleasantly surprised. I mean, it is strong. Can I fit actually like some tools in there maybe? You know, all my pliers, right? Yeah. That could work, I guess. Can just pick it up. And this is an interesting thing. It looks like because it's spring-loaded, you can really fold the whole thing and bring it up like this. So you know, you can leave it on the scooter when you ride like this and just take it off. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I like it. Yeah, I'm surprised. I'll give this an 8 out of 10. Next up, we have this black box lock you can count on. So I guess this is the handcuff lock. All right. So also bigger than what I was expecting. Damn. This is bigger than handcuff. It's kind of massive. Okay. Yeah. It's a decent length. We like that. It's the exact same mechanism as handcuff. Not that I would know. Is it actually handcuff size? So you can see it's a big handcuff. Overlay with rubber, so you know it's not really gonna scratch. It feels good as well, it's heavy. And you can definitely hear the chain here. And what I like is that this can pivot on its point like this, so you know it's easier to lock your thing. So yeah, this also higher quality than what I was expecting. I would give it maybe a 7 out of 10 just based on my initial impression. So now we're gonna try the lock that we liked right out of the box, and we're gonna see if we can lock the Apollo Go, which can be a little bit difficult to lock at times. So here, I think the best spot is probably through the grip here, which this fits kind of perfectly. Lock, you need to lock it with the key after. So if we do this, I mean, that's pretty good. So overall, really good lock. I like it. I like that, you know, you don't have to go around with like a, let's say, our folding lock. That is, I think, a bit more secure than this, but is more challenging to lock into tight areas. So I like it. I think maybe we should consider having it on our website actually. So this I would give a 9 out of 10. Maybe I would give a bit of a higher score if the material felt better. Feels a bit cheap this here, but overall function-wise, 9 out of 10. Next up we have, what is that? It's the bottle holder, the 2 we ordered. So this looks cheap as expected, feels cheap. The one thing I do like is the inside is made like a cooling box. It's gonna keep the temperature, so that's nice, I guess. And you can adjust it to multiple size of bottle. I mean, pretty simple. And I guess you have a little area here to put your keys or your cigarettes, I don't know. I'm gonna try it and see if it actually can stay on the stem where we installed it. We're gonna go ahead and, okay. So first good news, it does fit on our stem of the Go. Okay. Okay, so, I mean, it's holding in place. I'm not sure how, but there's really good grip. And, well, keep in mind, I'm putting it very tight, but as one would, I guess. Let's try with aluminum bottle like this, pretty big too. Oh, I guess it fits right here. Honestly, this is pretty strong. And let's try with a can. I have a can of beer here, Sapporo. Because let's be honest, that's what most of you are gonna do with it. And yeah, I mean, and I like that it's going over the can at the top. So I think it's really gonna keep it cold inside. I think it's gonna remain cold for your whole ride. So that's nice. And again, it's kind of shocking to see how well this is holding on the stem. I was not expecting that, so I really need to put my whole weight on this to have it slide down. So surprising. And I guess what is nice too is that it's easy to remove if you like go inside a store or you're just done with it. You know, it takes 2 seconds. There's no screws and everything like this one. So this, I mean, it's doing its purpose. It's nice. I would give it an 8 out of 10 actually. Next in line, we have a LED kit. So one thing we saw after that we thought was pretty cool is a LED kit to be able to mount on your scooter to add some swag lights. So again, this is not to see on the road, it's to be seen and really just swag lights. So it looks like there's a double-sided tape, so you can stick it under your scooter. And here it's mounted on a connector that you can disconnect for some reason. Because that's nice, you know, if you break it, you can just replace it like this. I'm not sure how waterproof it is. We'll need to try it out. And you plug that USB thing in this battery case here, which feels very cheap. But, I mean, if you put it inside your scooter, it should be fine. And it's 3 AA batteries. And it seems like it's coming with more double-sided tape, maybe to mount this under the scooter with it. So that's cool, and even a pouch. Yeah, so it can be mounted in there. That's pretty cool. You put it on the stem, and you even have the output for the USB here. Yeah, I think the big question is gonna be how bright it is, you know? Is it worth it? I see that the actual strip is waterproof here, which is essential for this, right? So this, I would give it 6 out of 10 with possibility to go up if it's bright and looks cool. We're gonna try to mount those LED lights under the body because this is a place where it makes the most sense to me. And the first thing to do obviously is to clean the body. And you want to clean the body to make sure that the adhesive surface is gonna stick to the body well. If you really want the best result, you should take some alcohol and rub it before. Let's just go ahead and mount it on the scooter. For the purpose of this video, I will not cut them. Let's say you would put the first strip somewhere like here, for example. You do the same thing with the second strip. You can even again disconnect it. You see, so the adhesive is not that strong on this one. I'm not too worried about that because you could buy some 3M tape that will really make it stick a lot better than this. But just for the purpose of this video, I'm gonna put it like this. I'm gonna plug it back in. And we're gonna see how bright it is. Now they're installed, we're gonna turn them on to see what it looks like. Okay, so that's decent. Decently bright. I mean, it's bright here with the windows and everything. And you have different brightness. So I think that's the max. All right, so we're able to find the default mode with just solid color. You can see you have the blue, the green, the purple, the blue, the yellow, the white, the pink. All right, so you can see here the kind of a diffusion of the light, and I'm gonna go through the colors, give you a good idea. So, you know, it's decently bright. It's not bad. So this one looks pretty cool, but you know, the fact that it's not sticking really well to the body, like we just installed this, you know, and it's already falling apart. And you know, cycling through the mode with those 3 little buttons, which are not easy to press, is not the best experience. I would give this one maybe a 5 out of 10. But you know, with the proper adhesive, with the proper integration work as well, this could be a 10 out of 10 because it is bright and it does look cool. So execution is not perfect, but the actual accessory, if you're willing to spend a bit more time to really integrate it better, it could be a 8 to a 10 out of 10.